Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
I'm Katie.
The average makeup user uses their height in lipstick every 5 years.
Oh no,
Where did you get that stat?
The internet.
Of course you did.
The internet doesn't
Speaking
lie.
of the internet,
Speaking of the internet, you should talk at us. My name's Cameron. Those are other people. You should have a conversation with us using the hashtag Geeks Corner on Twitter. That way we can see it while the show is going on, and you can agree or disagree with us. We recommend agreeing.
Yeah, usually. And you can see that really cool graphic that Tyler just did for us and, all that stuff. Anyway, this last weekend, are you guys ready? You're all
Yes.
laughing
I'm
at
always
me.
ready.
Okay. I'm just
So
checking.
psyched.
Wendy's ready.
Disneyland Railroad returned this last weekend. Mark Twain returned. Columbia returned. The canoes returned. And most importantly, when you look at the sign at Disneyland, it says all attractions open. Isn't that I haven't seen that in a year and a half?
A bit.
It's been a while.
I think that's very exciting. So, kicking things off, Murray did an absolutely fantastic job getting coverage of the opening of all of these things. Like, the videos just kept coming. So, first off, you can watch them just POV, normal, we're on the attraction. But if that's not good enough for you, you can watch them in 360-degree video, too, because we have those. And so you can get a really cool little thing like this that Annie gave us that you can actually put on your face and look around in 360 degrees, because that's what these do.
I wanna do
Virtual reality. We should do that. We'll make a video of us watching the video if people actually want that.
It's the internet. People will watch it.
Yes. Yes, things are back, William. Favorite thing that is back that has returned around the rivers or going around the rivers of America, just around the riverbed?
I'm partial to the canoes. I'm glad they're back.
Are you going to do a video of the canoes? Because nobody has done that yet.
Probably. Let's
A
say
video?
yes.
I want a POV video of the canoes.
You're just going to hear me panting within 5 seconds.
And then splashing in your face from
Yes.
the little kid in front of you, because that
Of
seems to
course.
be what always happens.
Yes. I agree.
That's hard. I feel like it's the train, and I don't want to steal your answer, but I feel like the train's the thing that I do the most out of everything that's finally back.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy, stay with me. You don't get to leave me again this week. She left me last week. It's not happening again.
You just hold on to her, and then she'll stay.
I am. But yeah, I think it's the train, and I haven't been on it yet, so stop Snapchatting it and spoiling it for me.
Is there a certain part of it that you're most looking forward to, or?
Is it the part where it goes left?
It goes left?
How many people, that's a good question. How many people have told you it goes left?
Many.
Like, make a guess.
I've heard it at least 4 or 5 times.
Oh, that's it?
Oh.
We talked about it, and then I started noticing it.
Dozens of times.
I was going to say, I'm upwards of probably 15 or so.
And speaking of that, Bailey just said, did you see the train turns left?
Yes!
So, yes, the train goes left.
Left.
That's science, guys.
Science guys.
Science Guys.
We're the science guys.
It's a new show. Brought to you by Geeks Corner, the Science
The
Guys.
segment that'll probably not happen.
Katie wearing a mustache.
Is that what denotes science?
No, I have to be a science guy.
So you need glasses and a mustache? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying? Or you can have a big nose too and just be like Groucho Marx? That's probably really loud in that new microphone.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you can't really touch that.
sorry.
They might not like us. They're like, what's happening? Earthquake. Like the thunder we had earlier. We had thunder here.
It was like Florida over here.
In fact,
East
we
Coast
thought it'd be
friends.
really funny if, like, mid-show, you hear a really loud crack of thunder. That's
Thunderclap.
like that, thunderclap. And
the
then
trash can?
everything just went dark. Like, wouldn't that be funny? I mean, the show would be
Hey.
over, but I think it'd be really funny.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just becoming more and more opposed to having dogs on the show every week. In fact, I think the dogs are just going to go to, I don't know, Canada or something.
No,
during
but
this.
Canada
Dogs.
to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Up north. They're going to go up north to the farm.
Yes.
To the farm where all the animals go.
So from what you've seen so far, what's your favorite detail that's been added or modified?
I like the beaver, like the beaver on the.
That is really
that's
funny.
fun. Yeah.
I've stayed away from everything. I don't want to see anything new.
So here's what
until I get to
happens.
see it with my what?
I'm not going to do that to you.
You're
I was
rude.
going to do a spoiler
You're
spoiler
rude.
thing for you.
But
Spoiler.
I haven't watched any videos. I don't.
We
look at
have gone
people's
out to
pictures.
Tom Sawyer Island / Pirate's Lair,
Yeah.
and you've seen some things.
Yeah.
So has there been anything that's been really cool there?
from what I can see of the waterfall.
Okay.
Looks pretty rad.
Waterfall. Great. Cool. I really like the village. I think it's looking absolutely... In fact, it looks for the first time like a lived-in village, whereas before it kind of just
props
looked like...
on the edge of water.
Well, they just looked very faded and forgotten about, and other than the real horse that sometimes was there. Do you remember that? Anybody else?
Yeah.
They would have a real horse in the back of the village, and it would just be sitting there or standing there grazing or whatever. And Mikey really like he's on the show or watching the show tonight.
I was
and,
going to say, where?
And we just got a little thing from him that says Science Rules with Bill Nye the Science Guy, so apparently we can't have a science
rules.
show. Bailey says the updated Grand Canyon sequence, awesome as well. I've seen pictures, I haven't seen the video.
Some of the projection stuff.
I'm trying not to watch the videos because I want to do this later in the week, hopefully by Sunday. And William Fonda says, who cares if the train turns left? I'm ready for the train to make a loop. Well, that would be in the other park in a different attraction, so you can have fun screaming your way through that.
Yeah.
That brings up an interesting question, though, because I believe Mickey's Fun Wheel is changing themes again. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Do we care?
No.
Will it change the drink?
I don't know. Maybe. But no, I think it's interesting because there's been some resistance to some changes, and this one, of all things, like Mickey's getting his own attraction in another park, and he's basically getting taken out of this park. So I didn't know.
We can't let Mickey have all this power go to his head. You know, we give an attraction and we take one away.
There's
Okay.
balance.
There's balance in the force. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll run with that. There might be a meme at some point. I don't know, Tyler, if you're ready for that. Okay, that's fine. So let's keep moving on. Other classical things that have come and are going is the Main Street Electrical Parade. Has, 2 more weeks?
Yeah.
Is that about 2.5?
Wow, that's...
August 20th, it will be saying goodbye. The Disney Parks blog posted on, as did DAPs Magic. Interesting way that anybody else notice the way they wrote their post?
How
They said it's leaving Disneyland again.
Yeah.
They said it will no longer run down Main Street, which makes me think that it's going somewhere else.
Why?
Alani. They're taking it to
That
Alani.
They're actually gonna go back to the original routes that led into the electric parade, and they're gonna make it a boat parade. They're gonna take it down to Huntington Harbor.
And then go across the ocean to Alani?
They were actually thinking Tokyo. Yeah.
Oh.
They're gonna take it to Tokyo Disney Sea.
I would watch that show,
and,
though.
and it's gonna go around the lagoon every night
I like
at
the
9:30.
idea of cruise ships leaving from the Long Beach port.
Oh, so you can bring Disney Cruise Line back, you're saying?
And so they're just sailing out to sea, and they just are like, what, do you hear that? And they're like, what? And they look, and then it's like just
floating along.
chugging along.
Cheesy electronics off the
But
port
with
bow.
fireworks.
That you can aim at them.
Yes.
So we're putting electrics on the water and then fireworks.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. There's nothing
I
that could
see
go wrong.
No problem.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
So we do have a meme.
Meme?
It's not a DAP. It's a DAPSCAF 2017. Meanwhile, in the wilds of Disneyland, you can see a wild Mr. Daps taking a DAPSCAF.
I wanted to say
That
a
is
wild
so
depth stuff.
very accurate. That's right on.
One of my favorite.
I think that's exactly
DAPSCAF
what you were thinking when you
pictures.
took the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
'Cause that's
very accurate.
It was, hey, we're gonna take a picture around the rivers of America, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll figure something out. And then I turn around, and Mr. Daps is standing on things, look, I get a really cool picture this way. I was like, what are you doing?
It's just a bench. It was fine. Yeah. So
Is that thunder?
It
you
wasn't
think
just
this-
a bench. You were on rocks, too. You were climbing
no,
rocks.
it was just a bench.
I remember you climbing rocks.
No, I wouldn't climb rocks. No,
Okay.
I honestly wouldn't climb
Very
rocks.
small rocks.
I'm
Churches. Go on.
I don't know what you're talking about. But, so Electric Parade leaving August 20th. Is it a big deal? Isn't it a big deal? We won't have a night parade till next year with Paint the Night being Disney California Adventure. You're okay with it leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need a night parade. You know
'Cause
what?
we have Phantasmic.
You know what night parades do, Mr. Daps?
They
They
clog up the park.
inconvenience me.
Oh, okay.
I am a premier annual pass holder. I didn't forget that
gosh.
voice.
Thank you. It's very good. Yes.
And I'll have you know, that it inconveniences me and my trips to Disneyland. It every time.
I don't know.
I'm so far gone right now, guys.
Yeah,
it's late. It's hot. I don't know what's going on.
It's very warm.
We live in Florida now, apparently.
Okay, go ahead.
But every time we'll be in California Adventure, then it's like, okay, do we want to walk to Disneyland? Because EP is probably gonna be running, and then it's fireworks, and then Fantasmic now, and there's just so much.
We'll make it easier to go see Hard Day's Night
when they perform.
Yeah, they'll be back.
But they'll be back. They always come back.
That is so true. What do you think, Cameron?
I as with all things, I think nostalgia is very beneficial, but you can only ride that wave for so long.
I feel like they've run it all year.
Yeah.
This is the year of nostalgia. Next year is the year of Pixar.
Yeah.
And isn't it?
Yeah. At least it's more forward-looking. I'll give them that, but
depends on which Pixar they use.
It's true.
It'll be a very interesting thing. So you don't care?
I am grateful to have had it back for a time.
Good. Me too. I'll watch it one more time before it leaves. But, but yeah, I think it's good. Where do you think it's going to go? Where do you want it to go, actually? Where do you think it's going to go? If you could put it anywhere, where would it go? Including Oblivion.
I think you're going to
go... The farm upstate.
Yes, the farm upstate. I think they might send it to Shanghai.
Oh, really?
Well, just to...
I don't want to know where they might send it. I want to know where you want it to go.
I think that would be the smartest decision because they'd
But is that where you really want it to go?
I want it as far away as possible from me. But it's also a good choice.
Steven says, how dare you, Katie Bear 13? That was a terrible impression of me. William Fonda says, what on earth was that voice, Katie Bear 13?
It's the voice from
Mikey Really Likey says, meanwhile, I'm still waiting for Spectro Magic to make a comeback. I liked Spectro Magic. It was a good parade.
Yes.
It had a very good feel to it. I actually would love to see Electric Parade go to Paris. I think that would be just a fun thing, and it's got the room where it's not going to clog Disneyland. I think it would just be really pretty there, and they've got the behind Main Street walkways, so it wouldn't kill off. They could handle that parade very easily, and even better than Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World could.
Do you think they translate the synth into French?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There will be some hacking and spitting along with that as well, but wow, Katie's I don't know.
With deepest apologies to our French-speaking audience.
This is a perfect time to talk about Rock for Chalk, since William just said, "Oh yeah, I'm coming down, or I'm gonna come down for Rock for Chalk." If you haven't heard about it yet, August 17th, we are doing a benefit concert for Chalk. It's called Rock for Chalk because we are just that imaginative.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh that much at that.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, afterwards, I was like, "Wow, we worked really hard with that one."
This was a long collaborative
but it was a good hashtag. Hashtag Rock for Chalk. We will have Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies performing that night. They will be absolutely fantastic. Get your tickets now so that we can know what we're looking at.
Yes.
And so we hope we're going to get about 700 people there. And so share it with your friends. Just get
Share
there.
it with your enemies.
We also have some really cool silent auction items. In fact, we just got tickets today for Hearst Castle and a couple other things. I think we even have a night stay at, is it Ayers?
Yes.
I'm going to mess this up.
Yep.
Ayers that we already have that's very nice, and they're being very generous. And we're working on some other stuff that will be absolutely fantastic as well.
It's Cameron.
Yes. No, not that. That's not what I'm trying to get.
I know.
The thing in Long Beach. We have that one coming too, right? Aquarium.
Yes, we have it's a backstage tour at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yes. So we've got a lot of cool Rock for Chalk stuff coming, and you do not want to miss it. Get your tickets now. Get your friends' tickets now, because every dime that's raised is going to be helping children of Orange County. And
that is an important note, actually. The facility has been very, very graciously donated to us to use. Everything else is pretty much covered. So the site that you buy the tickets from, by the way, $10 suggested donation. It's not that bad, especially for such a great show.
If you want to give more, that's great too.
Yeah, we'll totally take it. But we won't take it. Chalk will. The site actually is a Chalk-run site, so we don't even touch the money. It goes directly to them.
And
the very good work
they don't get
doing.
an overhead taken off.
Yes,
which is even more important. Did you want to add something, Katie?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right.
I'm excited.
Today a video went out. Ant-Man and the Wasp have begun production. Are we excited about this? Not excited about this? We'll go through this part pretty quickly, but Not excited?
I should probably watch Ant-Man first.
I love that you know the soundtrack to it, but you don't know the movie.
Well,
Ant-Man was my surprise favorite. Not my favorite Marvel movie, but it was my surprise,
enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw Paul Rudd in The Avengers, right?
Civil War.
I will give you this. I've seen the first 10 minutes of Ant-Man. I've seen some stuff in the middle, and then I've seen some stuff at the end.
Oh, you got it then.
I think I
You're
slept.
good.
I sleep a lot. It's not that I was bored. I just sleep so much.
Just don't sleep through Rock for Chalk.
It'll be rocking. I can't sleep.
Okay, and then also recognize that night at Rock for Chalk during the silent auction, we're going to have Cameron sitting with a bowl where he can continue to raise money to shave the beard. So hashtag shave the beard.
By the way, thank you to everyone
Rock
that's donated to that already. We're already over $1,000. As we get closer to that, I know it'll continue to escalate. So thank you very much for everything.
But it would be great if that happened that night, because then we could...
Yeah, if I make the 5K, I will shave it that night in the presence of people.
It will be fantastic. So, expectations for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I think it's going to be good. I like Paul Rudd. I like the dynamic they've set up with the show.
Cast is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I love that even this little clip that they show with the little chairs and stuff, they're obviously having fun with it. It was cute. So, good.
I feel like they're, with a lot of them, they're going a lot more comical and almost retro. Or, what is 80s? Is that retro?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, 80s? Is that considered retro? But, anyway, I think it'll be an interesting and fun movie as the dog flies over in the corner. We're just getting rid of dogs. Like, they were cute once, but now they're just
we're not getting rid of them. We still love dogs.
It'll be
they
a nice
just
farm.
have no place on Geeks
we're not
Corner.
like, they're just getting out of the set. They're just not going to be here anymore. Ant-Man and the Wasp video was amazing, Williams says, and but if Crazy Kirk rips his shirt, will he gain Captain Kirk-esque strength? Steven is asking.
That is 100%
it's absolutely true.
Yeah, that is how that works.
Right there with you, Katie Bear 13. I really should watch Ant-Man at some point, Steven says as well. So we're gonna get the world to watch Ant-Man so that they can watch the next Ant-Man.
I liked the part where he worked at Baskin Robbins for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Katie, talk about this pop-up shop.
Pop-up shop!
Is that what you have to do?
Yeah.
Can you do that again? There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Pop-up. So there's a little pop-up shop. It's going to be at Anaheim Garden Walk, actually, which is like 5-ish minutes from Disney. And it's a bunch of just, they're not Disney creators, but they are the fans of Disney that have made shops inspired by, I guess is the way to say it.
A lot of them.
There's so many, and they just keep announcing more people. I actually wrote the article the day, I believe, everything was announced. It's all put on by Who's Its and What's Its.
Galore. Sorry.
Super, like they have, and it's not just shops. It's artists. It's now they have Jenny Ray. She's gonna be making cake balls for the event.
Resident favorite. We love you, Jenny Ray.
But
you should do a shout out on Twitter too to Jenny Ray. We like her.
We do like her.
So
she's fantastic.
Much, and it's just getting
we
bigger.
We saw her on her birthday, and then we saw them on Steven's birthday.
Yes, we did. We've celebrated your birthdays with you.
Yeah, it's been quite the year.
It's true.
All right, continue on. I just felt we should note that because those are both such monumental occasions that we should be random.
But normally pop-up shops usually last like a day or two. This was going for 9 days, I believe. It's August 4th through the 13th. And this thing just keeps getting bigger, and they have dressing rooms so you can try things on. Like,
helps.
It's gonna be so cool.
So my question is, are they gonna have any trilbies?
Probably not.
How about bow ties?
Probably not.
I'm not going.
There are bow ties in the shops that are there already, though.
We'll think about it, because maybe we could do a video if we went over there and like do a
bow tie shopping with DAPs.
No, I was thinking the pop-up shops. We'd do a tour of it, the three of us, where we'd show up with our I don't know. It's an idea.
I say we do it.
Yeah, let's ask Jenny Ray if she thinks it's a good idea. So, great.
Yes.
We'll make it happen.
It's shopping. Shopping is fun.
Is there any particular thing you're going to look at there?
I'm obviously going to look at everything while eating cake balls.
Yes.
I feel like that's the most important thing to note.
Maybe we should do a tasting session. Just get cake balls, and that's all we do.
I like the idea.
There's cake balls.
I like the idea of us getting cake balls.
Good.
And then we try to walk away, and you're like, you know what, I need one more.
We need
a second opinion.
Now you gave it away. And now they're all gonna know it in our video, and they're not.
Now it's not funny.
I'm excited to see all these brands because I'm not necessarily familiar with all of them, and then I'm excited that if I like something, I can try it on. Because I normally have ridiculously amazing luck with online shopping, where if I buy things online, I'm like, wow, this actually doesn't look bad. But sometimes you buy things, and I'm like, I look like a pile of garbage because this doesn't fit right at all. So it's like, you can...
Nobody ever does that, right?
I would never...
Caitlin knows nothing about that, right? You're welcome, William.
But yeah, like, you can try things on.
To speak to the opposite of that, my body shape is roughly GRU, so... it's very difficult to buy things online in general, so having an option to try something on would be very nice.
Speaking of brands, do you want to talk about what you're doing with the brand for an upcoming series since it's
We're officially
August
announcing
1st?
it?
Might as well.
We're officially announcing
Let's do it. I'm throwing this in impromptu.
I've been very excited to announce this, actually. So we're going to start a video series. I will be taking Wednesdays, and I will be starting like a little Disney-bound how-to guide. Taking things, sometimes vintage expired. I'm gonna restart that. Sometimes vintage inspired, sometimes just easy things you can do from like Target or thrift stores or what have you. I do have something planned for this upcoming month, and I'm gonna hopefully be getting my first video up tomorrow. But I've actually partnered with an Etsy shop, Damsel Designed. She will be, she's working with us and getting me actually some skirts, and she's fantastic, and I'm so excited to work with her. But yeah, watch out for that. I'm just
disappointed she doesn't make bow ties.
Hey, we could work something out.
I would also take a skirt.
We need to find a bow tie person, because that'd be cool. Then I could just do a series on
internet.
Bow ties. Yes, exactly. Again, what just happened? Was that just a jab at Caitlin Noel? Never.
No, I would never do that.
Now we're going to find out if she watched the show this week, though, William.
Oh, yes. Shh, don't tell her.
No one tell her.
Yes. That's right. So, yeah, that will be coming out. We're really trying to get new videos out almost every day. We're working up to that. Caitlin will actually be doing a series both on the website and on YouTube about the different, what does she do? All the stuff you can buy in the stores. Merchandising. It's like, what do you call that? All the merchandise stuff that you can get in the parks and also in the stores and I think online. I don't remember all the three. Mm-hmm. And then the wrap up at the end of the month. I will be doing a weekly wrap up of the news, what I think are the top stories that will be probably under 2 minutes. It just kind of goes through.
And he will be
this
wrapping
week.
the entire thing.
No, I will not. Caitlin is voting for it to be called Great Moments with Mr. DAPs. If you have a better idea, please tell me now.
Ooh, can we sidebar real quick? We talked about this earlier. Noticed something. If you ever watch Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, it's amazing. Oh, yeah, this amazing moment where Mr. Lincoln stands up. It's really, really cool. There's this build of music. Take away the music for a second and just think about the amazing core strength that Abraham Lincoln must have to, without hands, stand while leaning all the way back.
Fit.
Just watch it again. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. In fact, if you'd have been at lunch today, you'd have seen Cameron and I try to recreate this.
It's real hard, guys.
With varying levels of success. But, no, I think we could do it. I don't think we should do it here because we'll go out of the camera. No. But, it was not the easiest thing, but it was doable, and I thought you were going to die a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to die because I'm more of a Taft than a Lincoln. Like, it's just...
Let's play. What president would you be?
Grant, for the record. I would be.
Really?
Absolutely.
Because of the beard or because of...
Yes.
Let's just move right along. Yeah, that, of course. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't even know how to transition to the next topic because there's just no way to transition in a good way.
We do have a comment.
Ooh, comment!
Please tell me a comment. Thank you.
Steven, did Cameron say his body size is GRU or Groot?
I said Gru, but Groot. Yeah, no,
not Groot.
No, because he's kind of tall and gangly and grows on you, and I don't.
You know, if we're gonna have anybody be Groot in our team, it would really be Tyler.
It would be Tyler
because he's kind of tall and gangly.
The most gangly of
and
them
maybe
all.
Someday he'll grow on us, but we'll see.
Very limited vocabulary, just.
All he knows how to say is quiet on set.
He doesn't even tell us to start the show. You know, like on like TV shows, they're like 5, 4, 3, 2.
We don't let him do that anymore because he gets real confused and has to sit down. Love you, Tyler.
And his fingers went the wrong way. Wow, this is what happens when we don't get sleep. And it's hot.
And we're in a different time zone.
Yeah. That's absolutely. Oh, I missed it. What did I miss? Oh, you zoomed in. How did you
do
that?
Brought me out.
Wow, we're moving up in the world. Great moments with Mr. Dabs. If you have other names, let us know. I look really weird. It's like doing this weird morphing thing. Anyway, let's move on to the final subject.
Yeah.
This last week, we lost one of the great Disney legends, Marty Sklar. He had in some ways, I think he had the best career run at the Disney company. He started by creating the Disneyland newspaper back in, was it 55, Roger?
55, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing this off my memory instead of looking at notes, which is always a good idea. But he started out as that, and then he ended up basically kind of filling in wherever was needed, and he moved forward and became the head of Imagineering. Like, he made it happen. And he helped open literally every Disney theme park, which I'm sure will be felt pretty heavily for whichever one is next. And I'm assuming there'll be a next one. But he's written a couple books, and just a very approachable, humble guy from my observations. Do you have any thoughts on this, either of you?
Well, I mean, obviously he was important enough to be given his own window over City Hall, and then that's like the coup de grace of Disney honorifics. One compliment that I will give the man is not only was he consistently good, but he was good consistently. He just represented himself so well over the entirety of his career, which is very difficult to do, to not have as many hiccups as many have. So kudos, well done.
From what I understand, he was a guy that didn't really like to talk about himself, which I think is really impressive, especially in a company like Disney, where PR is the number one game in some respects, where it's always promotion, and then he was kind of a guy of, what's your best accomplishment? And I think I read one of the interviews he did that he said his best accomplishment was covering some football game in college, because he always really wanted to be a journalist, and he kind of skipped over all of these amazing accomplishments and really deferred to the team. Am I getting this right,
Yes. Roger?
And I always get nervous when I talk about really historical things, because I'm like, I got Roger right there. And I might be wrong, and I've read all
about serious things.
We've all read the books. I think we've read most of the same books and stuff, but you kind of just want to get these things right. But he'll definitely be missed. He's always a fantastic presence at the D23 expos, but also these other special events. He just seemed to pop up a lot of places, and I think he was at the
he was at the expo.
He was at the
10
expo,
days,
and then
12 days
and then
before.
last year he was at some Epcot, or was it 2 years ago? He was at the Epcot thing, but he made himself available and kind of just did whatever it was needed. And
I think he was having more fun in his retirement years the last
I
8
think
years
he was
than
too.
he was the
I
last
think very much
50.
so. Way more fun in retirement than maybe the time before. But he loved Disney. He loved Walt, and his. I think he'll definitely be missed in the Disney community. Any other thoughts?
Especially with Epcot's 35th coming up.
Yeah, it's
too.
going to be a huge miss, because he really wanted to keep that true to Walt Disney's dream for it and legacy, and so he was very instrumental in Epcot. Everyone was shocked by Marty Sklar's death, especially since we'd all seen him at D23 Expo, says Bailey. And I'll go back to that later. Any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just one less connection to the Walt era. I mean, that's
a big connection too.
So there are very few of those left.
But definitely check out his books. I found them to be very enjoyable, and it's worth reading what he had to say. I think, especially when you read. I like reading about the old days when he first got started. Yeah. Like, that's just a really fun thing. All right. Well, we are running out of time for tonight.
Well, you should probably head on over to thegeekscorner.com. It's this really cool website that has what we just did, but like much more of it.
Go head over to
the other ones.
dapsmagic.com. Check out the articles for this week. Check out some other stuff that we couldn't quite fit in the show.
And make sure to find us on social media, especially I think this week we should do a point towards the Geeks Corner's Instagram. We've been putting some fun Insta stories up before the show. We'll probably do that again because we had so much fun with it. You can play Name That Tune with it. You can also just kind of figure out what the heck is going on, because we don't know. But follow us all on social media. We love to connect with you. We'd love to chat with you more than just on Tuesday night. But as I mentioned before, we are out of time for tonight. and energy and mind power
say that's
apparently
proof
too.
that we're out of
So
time.
yeah, exactly. So we'll see you around the corner.